Hello students, in the last class we have completed one of the important chapter, that is complete study about aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid, which is one of the important chapter in your organic chemistry. And further also we'll see one of the important chapter from the same organic section, that is amines. So here today we'll start with amines, and after this chapter we'll go for the inorganic section, that is D block elements, or else we'll go for the coordination compounds. So now today we'll start with the amines, right? So generally amines are the class of compounds which are derived by replacing one or more hydrogen atom from ammonia molecule, right? So here if you observe, initial statement is the amines are the class of compounds that are derived by replacing, which means we can prepare the amines by generally by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms from ammonia molecule by alkyl or aryl group, right? So for example, you already know ammonia. Ammonia is nothing but a NH3. Generally, if you take ammonia molecule, so ammonia molecule is NH3 molecule, right? So if you take NH3 molecule here, so it consists of 3 hydrogen and 1 lone pair of electron. So here it looks like this, right? So here it is NH, H, and there is 1 lone pair of electron on nitrogen atom. Here by replacing one or more this hydrogen atom, right? So one or more hydrogen atom by alkyl group or by aryl group, right? So you can call it as alkyl, that is R, and we can call it as aryl, that is R dash, right? Which means aliphatic carbon atom and aromatic carbon atom, right? So by replacing one of the hydrogen by aliphatic carbon atom or by the aromatic carbon atom, then it may convert into RNH2, right? So RNH3 by replacing one hydrogen may convert into RNH2, or this can also be converted into RNH, and further there is bond formation of one more R. It may be R dash. So therefore, amines are generally the derivatives of ammonia, that is NH3, right? So with the help of NH3 we can prepare amines by replacing the hydrogen, one or more hydrogen, right? So maximum you can replace 3 hydrogen because it consists of 3 different hydrogens which are bonded with nitrogen, and there is 1 lone pair of electron. So maximum you can replace 3 hydrogen atom. Therefore one or more hydrogen atoms are replaced by either aliphatic or by aromatic by the alkyl or aryl group, that is by aliphatic or aromatic group, and those class of compounds are generally termed as amines. The same statement I have written here. Amines are the class of compounds that are derived by the replacing one or more hydrogen atom of ammonia molecule by alkyl or generally by the aryl group, right? Amines are generally derivatives of ammonia, right? So generally we'll call it as these are the derivatives of ammonia. As I given the example here, we have replaced one of the hydrogen by the CH3 group. So therefore it is in the form of RNH2. It is in the form of RNH2 where R is CH3 group. Or if the aromatic ring is attached to the NH2 by replacing one hydrogen, it is nothing but R dash NH2. It is in the form of R dash NH2, or you can write it as C6H5 NH2, right? And that is benzene ring which is bonded by the replacement of one of the hydrogen that is bonded to the NH2 group. And by replacement of 2 groups, so this is in the form of RNHR, right? So it is in the form of RNHR. Here 2 hydrogens are replaced. So therefore these are the example for amines, right? So amines are the compounds derived by replacing one or more hydrogen atoms by the atoms of the ammonia molecule by alkyl or aryl group. It may be alkyl or it may be aryl group. Further, if you study about the structure of ammonia, structure of amines, similar to ammonia, like ammonia, nitrogen atom of amine is a trivalent. Trivalent means it has capacity to bond 3 bonds, trivalent, right? And carries an unshared pair of electron, right? So here the 2 words are important. One, it is trivalent, and it is also consists of one unshared pair of electron. Right? So initially it is trivalent. Along with that there is a one unshared pair of electron, that is in case of amines. And the next thing is nitrogen orbitals in amines are sp3 hybridized, right? So here the hybridization in case of amines, right? So that is it is single bonded, right? So due to single bonded, the hybridization in the molecule, that is in case of amines, that is sp3 hybridized, and the geometry of amines is generally pyramidal, right? So it is generally in the form of pyramidal, right? So remember, nitrogen orbitals in case of amines is generally it is having the sp3 hybridization, and the geometry of the amines is known as pyramidal structure. Due to the presence of unshared pair of electrons, since the nitrogen consists of unshared pair of electrons in amines, the angle between C and E, right? So where E is carbon or hydrogen, where E may be carbon or it may be hydrogen. Therefore, C and E bond is less than 109.5 degree, right? So it is less than 109.5 degree. For instance, it is 108 degree. Generally, for instance, it is not exactly equal to 109.5 degree. It is, for instance, it is less than that value. That is 108 degree in case of trimethylene. Generally, in case of trimethylene, it is 108 degree. And here we have given the structure of the amine, right? So that is trimethylamine. Trimethylamine means here if you draw the structure, right? So this is ammonia, right? So here it is H, and there is one lone pair of electron here. And after it converts into trimethylamine, what happens? So here 3 hydrogens are replaced by CH3. 3 hydrogens are replaced by CH3 group. So therefore it is nitrogen bonded with the CH3, bonded with CH3, bonded with CH3, and there is one lone pair of electron here, right? So this structure, right? So here the bond angle between carbon, nitrogen and E, where E presents the carbon or it may be any other alkyl or aryl group, right? So therefore this bond angle, right? So between these two, right? So between these two, it is 108 degree. That is 108 degree. But in case of normal condition, it was 109.5 degree, right? So due to the attachment of 3 methyl group to the NH3 by replacing all the 3 hydrogen atoms, so therefore it will convert into 108 degree, right? So that has been explained during the hybridization. And since all are single bonded compounds, right? So molecules are single bonded with nitrogen, so it is having the sp3 hybridization. This is very important. Remember always. So it is having the sp3 hybridization in case of amines when it is bonded with right? So CH3, that is generally called as trimethylamine, right? So here if you observe, due to the presence of unshared pair of electrons, the angle carbon, nitrogen as well as E, where E represents carbon or it may be hydrogen again, and it is less than 109.5 degree. But for instance, so generally it is in the form of 108 degree in case of trimethylamine. In case of right, so as we drawn the rough structure, so here we have given the exact structure of trimethylamine. Here if you observe, there are 3 methyl group which are bonded, and the central atom is nitrogen, and which consists of one unshared pair of electrons. Right? Here I have given the unshared pair of electrons, and there are 3 CH3 group, and the bond angle between this is 108 degree, right? So why it is 108 degree? Due to the so hydrogen replacement by the CH3 group, right? So instance the angle between these 3 carbon, nitrogen and E is 108 degree, and the shape of the molecule is pyramidal shape. Generally it looks like a pyramidal, right? So if you connect all this, it looks like a pyramidal shape of trimethylamine. So this is the general information regarding to the amines. One is definition, second one is structure of amines, right? So in case of general information, we have seen how the amines are derived, which means generally with the help of ammonia molecule, if you replace one or more hydrogen by the alkyl or aryl group, you will get the amines molecule, right? And if you go for the structure of amines, one important thing is it is generally trivalent when compared to that of ammonia, and nitrogen orbitals are in case of ammonia, in case of amines are sp3 hybridized. Since they are single bonded, they are sp3 hybridized, and carbon, nitrogen and E, where E presents carbon or hydrogen, that must be 108 degree, because so generally in case of that is tetrahedral structure, so it is 109.5 degree, that is sp3 hybridization. But here in case what happens, due to the presence of lone pair of electron, there is unshared pair of electrons, the angle contracts and the angle decreases or reduces. That will be at instance it will be 108 degree, right? So that is the general information about amines. So further, if you go for the classification of amines, generally the amines are classified as primary, secondary and tertiary, right? So this classification is completely dependent on the number of hydrogen atoms replaced by, right? So replaced in the ammonia molecule. For example, if you take the primary means there is only one alkyl group, so which replaces only one of the hydrogen, right? So generally we know that the nitrogen which is bonded with 3 hydrogen atom along with one lone pair of electron, that is hydrogen and hydrogen. This is first hydrogen, second hydrogen, third hydrogen, right? So here what happens, if for the nitrogen it also consists of one lone pair of electrons, right? So if it replaces one of the hydrogen, right, one of the hydrogen, then it is called as a primary, or you may treat it as first degree, right? So if two hydrogens are replaced, that is nitrogen, which consists of one lone pair of electron, one is alkyl group, another may be alkyl or aryl, so another is hydrogen. So here two hydrogens are replaced, so therefore it is called as a secondary, or you can call it as a second degree, right? Similarly, nitrogen, so if all the hydrogen atoms are replaced by the alkyl or aryl group, right? So like this, R dash, R and R double dash, so it is termed as a tertiary, or you can call it as third degree, right? So like this, the classification of amines is generally based on the number of hydrogen atoms replaced, right? So a number of hydrogen atoms replaced during the conversion of ammonia into amines, so that is generally called as primary if one hydrogen is replaced, or if one alkyl group is attached, and if two hydrogens are attached, that is replaced, then is called as secondary, or you can call it as second degree. And the third one is, generally it is whenever all the three hydrogens are replaced, it is called as tertiary, or you can call it as third degree. Further, if you go for the nomenclature of amines, so in common system, the aliphatic amines is named by prefixing the alkyl group to the amine. Very simple. So in common system, generally we know that there are two ways of naming. One is a common system or common naming. Second one is UPAC naming, or you can call it as IUPAC naming. In common system, what happens? The aliphatic amines is named by prefixing the alkyl group to the amine. So generally, if you have amine group, for that the alkyl group is prefixed. That alkyl group is prefixed, and it is generally treated in the terms of, or it is named in the terms of alkyl amines. Generally, it can be named in terms of alkyl amines, right? So therefore, by prefixing the alkyl group to the amine group, so we can convert that the name into the alkyl amines, right? So whenever two or more same groups are present, right? So then the prefix di, tri, tetra can be used. If there are more than one, say if there are two, the same groups are there, we can use the dialkyl. If there are three alkyl group, we can use the trialkyl. If there are more than three, you can go tetra, penta, like this, right? So therefore, whenever two or more same groups are present, then the prefix di, tri, tetra, like this can be used for the nomenclature of the molecules in case of amines. But for you, in case of the nomenclature of IUPAC system, in case of IUPAC system, the amines are named as alkanamines. They are generally termed as alkanamines, and these alkanamines are generally derived by replacement of E, right? So if in case of alkane, the word ending with E is replaced by the word amine. The word or the alphabet ending with E in case of alkane is replaced with the help of word amine, right? So therefore, there are two systems of naming. One is common naming. So in common naming, what happens? So in case of a common naming, so here the prefixing the alkyl group, that is alkyl group plus amine group, right? So alkyl group or the word alkyl is used first and followed by the word amine is used. But in case of UPAC or IUPAC, what happens? So in case of alkanes, right? So alkane, so this E is replaced, the word or the alphabet E is replaced, and by replacing this word, so we can add directly the word amine, right? So like this, the IUPAC name are given, right? So in common system, there is one more rule. If there are more than one, so group, alkyl group, we can use the term di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4, like this, so on, right? So therefore, there are two important rules. One is in common system, generally the alkyl is used, the word alkyl is used as a prefix followed by the word amine is used. So if there are more than one alkyl group, we can go for the di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4. And in case of IUPAC, it is generally termed as alkanes. In the word alkane, the E is eliminated, the alphabet E is eliminated, and the word, that is amine, is fixed, right? So if you go for the 2 to 3 examples here, in case of examples, that is CH3, CH2, NH2. Here we can see in common system, it is generally called as ethylene amine, right? Sorry, it is generally called as ethylamine. It is generally termed as ethylamine. Here if you observe, there is ethyl group CH3, CH2, NH2. So therefore, it is generally called as alkyl amine, alkyl group followed by amine. The same rule is used here, that is ethylamine. But in case of IUPAC one, what happens? Here the word E, the alkane word E is replaced by the amine word. So therefore, it is ethanamine. It is generally termed as ethanamine, right? So understand the thing here. In case of common name, alkyl group followed by amine. In case of IUPAC, by replacing E, directly we can call it as amines, right? So the followed by the word amine. Therefore, CH3, CH2, NH2, that is ethylamine. Generally it can called as ethylamine. CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2, that is N-propylamine. Since there are 3 carbon atom, we'll call it as propyl group, right? So that is N-propylamine. But in case of IUPAC, what happens? It is a propane group. E is replaced. So therefore propane 1 amine, because for the first carbon atom the amine group is attached, that is NH2 group is attached. So therefore it is called propane 1 amine. Propane 1 amine. Here E is replaced. Observe, because it is IUPAC name, alphabet E is replaced. So that is propane 1 amine. CH3, CH3. Here the middle part is, that is second carbon atom. Here if you count from this side also, that is second carbon. From this side also it is second carbon atom. So therefore NH2 is attached. So therefore in common system it is called as isopropylamine. Alkyl amine is generally termed as isopropylamine. But in case of IUPAC it is generally called as propane 2 amine, because for the second carbon atom NH2 is attached. So it is called as propane 2 amine. And similarly, if you take a benzene which is followed by the CH3 group, generally called it as toluene. If you replace this NH2, or if you close this NH2, it looks like a toluene. So therefore, for toluene, there is attachment of NH2, then at the ortho position. So generally it is called as orthotoluidine. In common naming, it is generally called as orthotoluidine. But in case of IUPAC, it is called as, at second position there is a amine group, that is 2-aminotoluene. Second position there is 1, 2. So therefore it is 2-aminotoluene. And here it is a bromobenzene. For that NH2 is attached. So it is at the para position. So therefore you can call it as para-bromoaniline. Para-bromoaniline, right? So or here you can call it as 4-bromoaniline. Right? So at the fourth position, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can name. So if you name this, it is in the form of, this is the first group. So this is the second position, this is the third position, this is the fourth position. So therefore that is 4. That is 4 bromo, that is 4 bromo aniline, right? This the nomenclature can be given in case of common system as well as in case of IUPAC, or you can call it as UPAC system, right? So once again I will explain. In case of nomenclature there are 2 types of naming. One is common system of naming. So another one is UPAC or IUPAC system of naming. In common system what happens? Generally alkyl group followed by the amine is used. If more than one alkyl group is there, we can use the word or the letters like di if for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4, like this. Very simple. But in case of IUPAC, just one alphabet is replaced, that is E is replaced in case of alkane group, and E is replaced by the word amine. So here we have seen some of the important examples in case of aliphatic amines as well as in case of aromatic amines, right? In case of aromatic amines, what happens? So in common system, we will use the substitution by the ortho, para and meta position. But the position in case of IUPAC, that is aromatic compounds, it's generally termed as numericals, 1, 2, 3, like this. The position of this, the groups which were present on the benzene ring can be given as 1, 2, 3, 4. But in common name, it is termed as ortho, para, meta, like that can be seen. Okay, further if we go for the preparation of amines, there were different reactions for the preparation of amines. So in that first one is the reduction of nitro compounds. Generally reduction means addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen, right? So generally addition of oxygen is called as oxidation and removal of oxygen is called as reduction. Or in case of reduction, there is addition of hydrogen, it can be also called as reduction. Here if you observe, the reduction of nitro compounds means nitro compounds are reduced to amines. Generally nitro compounds can be reduced to amines by passing the hydrogen gas. Generally just by passing the hydrogen gas in presence of a finely divided nickel or palladium as a catalyst. If you use nickel or palladium as a catalyst, right? So just by passing the hydrogen gas in presence of a finely divided nickel or palladium, so we can convert the NO2 group into NH2 group. Here if you observe, the benzene ring is already bonded with NO2 group, right? So in presence of addition of hydrogen, and that process is called reduction. Here during reduction what happens? You can use the palladium or nickel as a catalyst. That is finely, which means very thin, very smoothly divided, that is very purely divided, that is nickel or palladium can be used as a catalyst, and with the help of that we can convert the NO2 group which is present on the benzene, that can be converted very easily to the NH2 group, right? So here the important in the preparation of amines is reduction. Reduction means it is a process of removal of oxygen, or you may call it as the process of addition of hydrogen. Due to the process of removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, what happens? The NO2 group which is present on benzene ring, so here the nitro compound, generally the nitro compound can be converted into amines, which means oxygen is replaced with the hydrogen atom, right? So oxygen replaces and oxygen is replaced and hydrogen is attached, so therefore NO2 is converted into NH2 in presence of ethanol. Ethanol means generally in case of alcoholic medium, so that is used as a solvent. So here palladium or nickel can be used for the conversion, and here nickel and palladium acts as a catalyst. Very simple. The nitro compounds can be reduced or converted into amines. So therefore oxygen can be replaced and hydrogen can be added. So that is addition of hydrogen, that is H2, in the presence of palladium or nickel in presence of the solvent, that is ethanol. This is one of the important method for the preparation of amines. And the second important method for the preparation of amines is the ammonolysis of alkyl halide, right? So generally ammonolysis, that is a new term for you. So ammonolysis means it is a cleavage of CX bond, that is carbon and halogen bond in case of alkyl halide. Generally if you take alkyl halide, that is carbon which is bonded with the halogen atoms are generally termed as alkyl halides, right? So the carbon which is bonded with the halogen atom, so this bond is called as generally alkyl halides, right? So here if you break this bond, right, so the carbon hydrogen bond breaks, right? So this carbon hydrogen bond breaks with the help of ammonia molecule by the NH3 molecule. This NH3 molecule helps to break the carbon and that is halogen bond, not hydrogen, carbon and halogen bond is broken with the help of this ammonia, and in case of alkyl halide, and this process is called as ammonolysis, right? So with the help of ammonolysis, what happens, we can convert any form of compounds which are in the form of alkyl halides into amines. Generally they can be converted into amines. Here if you observe the process of cleavage of CX bond by ammonia, that only I have explained. The process of cleavage of CX bond, this carbon and halogen bond can be broken out with the help of ammonia molecule by using ammonia molecule, and that process is generally called as ammonolysis. And ammonia undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction, as we already seen in case of haloalkanes and haloarenes, SN1 and SN2, there is nucleophilic substitution reaction on reacting with alkyl or benzyl halide. Generally by reacting with alkyl or benzyl halide, so which halogen atom is replaced by amine. The halogen atom is replaced by amine, that is the NH2 group, and the primary amines thus obtained behave as a nucleophile. The primary amines which are obtained just behave as a nucleophile and further react with alkyl halide. Again if they react with the further, again continuously if they react with the alkyl halide to form secondary, and again if bond with the alkyl halide it will become tertiary, and finally they will convert into quaternary ammonium salt. This is very important, right? So generally when they react with one alkyl halide it will become secondary, further it again reacts with alkyl halide, it will convert into tertiary, further it may be converted into quaternary ammonium salt. Here if I observe NH3, this NH3 attacks on this alkyl group, so this breaks this or cleaves this bond between the R and X, where R is the alkyl group which consists of carbon bonded with halogen. Whenever this bond breaks, the same thing I have written here, whenever this CX bond breaks in case of alkyl halide with the help of ammonia, this process is called ammonolysis, right? So due to ammonolysis what happens, it will convert into substituted ammonium salt, generally convert into substituted ammonium salt. And in case of primary amines, right, if you replace again one hydrogen by adding the alkyl halide, that is RX, if you react this with RX, again what happens, there is one more hydrogen is replaced and will convert R to NH, and again if you react with RX it will convert into R3N. At last it will convert into quaternary ammonium salt, which means R4NX. It will generally convert into R4NX. Very simple. So here if you take the R, that is NH2, right? So this is RNH2. If I react this with the RX, what happens? This R will bond here, which means it will be converted into R2, which means it will replace one of the hydrogen atom. Due to the replacement of one of the hydrogen, what happens? It will become R2NH. One hydrogen is replaced, 2 is converted into 1. Further, if you take this molecule, that is R2NH. Generally, again if you take R2NH and again if you react with RX, then what happens? Again this R will replace this hydrogen atom and it will convert into R3N. It will convert into R3N. Further, again if you react with R3N, it consists of lone pair of electron. Again if you react with Rx, what happens here? So it will convert into, right, so R4NX. Generally it will convert into R4NX. There is attachment of halogen and that is generally called as a quaternary ammonium salt. So generally they can be converted into quaternary ammonium salt, right? So like this, the ammonolysis can be asked for 2 marks. Explain ammonolysis, right? So in case of amines, ammonolysis is nothing but the process of cleavage of CX bond in ammonia molecule, right? So by the help of ammonia molecule, generally treated as ammonialysis, right? So here the primary amines due to ammonialysis which are obtained behaves as a nucleophile. Therefore, on the further treating with alkyl halide, that is RX, the same thing I have explained here. Further treating with alkyl halide, it will convert into R2NH. Further, if you again add RX, more RX, that is alkyl halide, it will convert into R3N. Again go on adding the alkyl halide. At the end, they will convert into R4NX, right? R4NX. This is called as a quaternary ammonium salt. Generally called as quaternary ammonium salt. This is the second important method for the preparation of amines. Okay, once we'll recall what we have studied today. One is general information of amines. That is, they can be replaced by one or more hydrogen atoms in case of ammonia, and they can be converted into amines. And we have seen some of the examples for amines also, right? So along with that, structure of amines, right? So one is sp3 hybridization, and it is trivalent. Due to the single bonded molecule, it is sp3 hybridized, and the shape is pyramidal. Generally, in case of a trimethylamine, the bond angle is 108 degree. Right, so 109.5 degrees is converted into 100 because it consists of one lone pair of electron. And in classification of amines, we have seen generally they can be converted by they can be classified on the basis of number of hydrogen atom replaced. If one hydrogen is replaced, it is called as primary. If two are replaced, we will call it as secondary. If three are replaced, we will call it as. Along with that, we have seen the nomenclature of amines. So in common system, generally by the word, that is alkyl amines are given, but in case of IUPAC, the alkane, the alphabet E is replaced by the word amine, and we have seen some of the examples for the nomenclature also. And in preparation of amines, one important reaction by the help of reduction of nitro compounds. Generally, nitro compounds are the compounds in which the nitrogen group is attached to the alkyl or aryl group, and with the help of reduction means removal of oxygen, or you can call it as addition of hydrogen. With the help of that, we can convert the amines from the nitro compounds. And also we have seen one of the important reaction, that is second important process for the preparation of amines, that is ammonolysis. Generally, ammonolysis is nothing but the process of cleavage of CX bond by the ammonia molecule is known as ammonolysis, and we can convert primary into secondary into tertiary by continuous addition of the alkyl halides, and finally they can be converted into quaternary ammonium salt that we have seen. So there are again different reactions for the preparation of amines that we'll consider or that we'll study in case of next class. Thanks for joining.